Hi everyone, my name is Becca Foxwell and I blog and create resources over at foxwellforest.com. Today I am coming to show you the 3 classroom rules that I have been using for years in my classroom that are super effective. And the reason that they're effective is because I consider them rules for life, and that they're rules that I want to follow, that I want my kids to follow, because as a first grade teacher, I don't want my kids to only be successful in first grade. I believe that it's my job as a facilitator of teaching to help them be successful and ready for life. So here are the 3 B's. I'm going to teach them to you and show them to you, and there's also kinesthetic motions and movements that go with them to help your students be able to learn them. So here are the 3 rules. The first rule is rule number 1, be ready to listen and to learn. And I'm going to show you the motion for that a little bit. Rule number 2 is be respectful. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. And the last rule is rule number 3, be responsible, make good choices. And so here are the motions that go with them. And we do these every day in our classroom, usually sometimes twice a day, the beginning of the day and after lunch. And they go like this. Rule number 1, be ready to listen and to learn. Rule number 2, be respectful. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. Rule number 3, be responsible. Make good choices. And let me just kind of tear those down a little bit for you, understanding what the kinesthetic motions mean. So for rule number 1, this rule right here, be ready to listen and to learn. Isn't that such an important rule for all of us? Don't we as even teachers want to be lifelong learners and want to model that for our students? So I tell my kids when I teach them this rule, even I follow this rule. I want to be a lifelong learner and listener and listen to other people as well. So for rule number 1, be ready, because a lot of times we're going to hold our hands for this, because a lot of times when we come to the carpet, we want to be ready. We keep our hands to ourselves. It's being respectful. So be ready to listen, and we hold our hand up to our ear, and then we got to have some fun too, right? So when we do learn, we massage our heads a little bit and just say it in a fun way, so you don't just go and learn. Not like that. So you want to be and learn. So rule number 1, be ready to listen and to learn. The second rule that we have and the motions that we do for that is be respectful, treat others the way that you want to be treated. What an important rule. This rule, everything can come back to for behavior, for choices students make. I always come back to, would you like to be treated that way? And if the answer is no, then we don't want to do that. So here are the gestures and motions and reasons why. So rule number 2, be respectful. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. So when we're doing be respectful, I'm sorry, I'm kind of out of the shot here, but you can see I'm putting my arm like over, kind of like if I was going like a hug around a friend, but just thinking about others. So respectful, the motion for that is to kind of just put your hand, ooh, can you see, all the way out there. So be respectful, treat others, and we point to other people the way that you, back to you, want to be treated. So that one's kind of a little bit self-explanatory. And the last rule is be responsible, make good choices. So the motions for that is rule number 3, be responsible, make good choices. And so the reasons I put the gestures for that one is that when we are being responsible, we're making good choices. So we're making sure that we have control over ourselves and making good choices. So be responsible. We're going to make those good choices. And I have them point to their brain, because I say, you are the one that has the power to choose to make good choices. Nobody else controls your choices but you. Even if someone else tells you to do something, nope, they're not the one that controls it. You're the one that does. And your brain is the one that tells you if it's a good choice or not a good choice. So for that one, it's rule number 3, be responsible, make good choices. I have just really seen these rules just really transform my classroom and using them. And again, I love that everything falls under them. Nothing in your classroom that you do will not be affected by these rules. And so even you'll notice that one of my rules is not raise your hand for permission to speak. But do you think it is? Do you think we still do that in our classroom? Absolutely, we do. Why? Well, again, everything comes back to these rules. So it's because it's respectful to raise your hand. I tell my kids, I want to hear what you have to say. You have important things to say. But if everyone's calling out at the same time, am I going to be able to listen to everyone? No, I'm not. So we need to raise our hand when we're all together in a group. And so it goes back to being respectful, treating others the way you want to be treated. We don't like when we're going to be called out on, or when we're trying to say and someone interrupts, like the interrupting chicken, or my mouth is a volcano. But it goes back to that rule. And also raising your hand goes back to being ready to listen and to learn. So again, it goes back to this rule. We're ready when we're raising our hand. And also raising your hand goes back to being responsible, making good choices. So again, everything I do in my classroom falls back to these rules. And they're rules that the students can apply for life, the rules for life. So I hope that these rules are beneficial for you and your students. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'd love to answer them. And I hope you guys have a great school year. And I'll look forward to seeing you later.